Welcome to Time to Watch. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a very special timepiece from Steeldive, the model SD1982Z. This watch was generously provided to the channel by Steeldive for review, and as you can immediately see, it stands out from the crowd thanks to its stunning Mokume Gane bronze Damascus case. Mokume Gane, which translates from Japanese as wood grain metal, is a centuries-old metalworking technique that fuses layers of different metals together to create flowing, organic patterns resembling natural wood grain. Because of the unique properties of bronze Damascus, every case develops its own distinctive pattern and patina over time. As the metal oxidizes and darkens, each watch evolves into a truly one-of-a-kind piece. No two examples will ever look exactly alike. For those unfamiliar with the SD1982 series, these watches are heavily inspired by the iconic H2O Kalmar line of professional dive watches. Before we jump into the review, let's take a quick look at the company behind this watch. Steeldive is an independent watch brand founded in Guangzhou, China, on August 10, 2008, operating under Guangzhou Qin Watch Company Limited and Steeldive Watch Limited. The brand is owned by Cheng Xianbao, or better known to many enthusiasts as Timber Cheng on Facebook. Over the years, Steeldive has built a strong reputation by producing affordable, high-quality homage watches inspired by some of the most recognizable dive watch designs of the last 70 years. While I would love to see Steeldive continue expanding into more original designs of their own, there's no denying the value they offer enthusiasts looking to experience iconic watch designs without spending thousands of dollars. For many collectors, homage watches provide an opportunity to enjoy the look and feel of a legendary design while keeping the expensive original safely at home. If you're like me and actually take your watches diving, hiking, or on other adventures, it's often much easier to enjoy an affordable homage without worrying about damaging a multi-thousand-dollar timepiece. Now let's get into the review. The SD1982Z belongs to Steeldive's Engineer series, a collection marketed as mastercrafted for the depths. According to Steeldive, the Engineer series represents the pinnacle of the brand's engineering ambitions, focusing on extreme durability, professional-grade performance, and uncompromising construction. Watches in this series either feature the Engineer series caseback logo, or carry a guaranteed water resistance rating of at least 1,000 meters. These aren't designed as everyday dress watches. They're purpose-built instruments intended for those who appreciate overbuilt engineering, serious dive watch capability, and bold wrist presence. As mentioned earlier, the star of this watch is undoubtedly the Mokume Gane construction. The case, bezel, and crown are all crafted from this exotic material, while the caseback remains stainless steel. I've always appreciated when manufacturers experiment with exotic materials, and this watch is a great example of why. What I enjoy most is watching the patina develop over time. Since receiving the watch, the oxidation process has revealed deeper colors and more character throughout the case. In fact, I think it looks even better now than it did when it first arrived. The appearance seems to evolve almost daily, making ownership a constantly changing experience. Let's talk dimensions. The SD1982Z measures 46.5 mm in diameter, 22.6 mm thick, and 56 mm lug to lug, with a 24 mm lug width. Protecting the dial is an impressive 8 mm thick sapphire crystal featuring anti-reflective coating. Steeldive lists the watch at 180 grams on the rubber strap, but my scale measured it at 217.59 grams. A noticeable difference and certainly something worth mentioning. Moving on to the bezel, the watch features a 120-click unidirectional dive bezel with a somewhat satisfying action and sound. Interestingly, the bezel sound is noticeably different from the stainless steel version. This could be the difference in the material? Unlike the steel version, SD1982T, the bezel on this bronze Damascus model doesn't align perfectly with the dial markers. The bezel action also feels somewhat light, and there is more backplay than I would like to see. It's possible that working with Mokume Gane presents additional manufacturing challenges, but given the premium nature of this model, I'd like to see tighter quality control, especially when using exotic materials. Looking through the massive sapphire crystal, we find a black dial that draws significant inspiration from the H2O Kalmar. In fact, the resemblance is close enough that even the dial text raises some questions. The dial features a 10 miles depth rating, while Steeldive's website lists the watch as being rated to 10,000 meters. Personally, I would rather see the actual water resistance specification displayed on the dial beneath the word automatic rather than trying to mirror the H2O design language. Water resistance is another topic that often sparks discussion among enthusiasts. Independent pressure testing would go a long way toward increasing consumer confidence and silencing many of the skeptics. The handset is also heavily inspired by H2O's design, but I actually prefer Steeldive's larger center wheel hub and thinner framework. This allows more of the dial to remain visible, creating a cleaner overall appearance. The applied hour markers and hands are well executed and generously filled with BGW9 Superluminova, producing a bright blue glow in low light conditions. Lume performance is excellent and exactly what you'd expect from a serious dive watch. Powering the watch is the reliable Seiko NH35 automatic movement. The NH35 has earned its reputation as one of the industry's most dependable workhorse calibers, known for its durability, ease of service, and consistent performance. Interestingly, the accuracy I've experienced from Steeldive watches has often exceeded what I typically see from other brands using the same movement. While I can't confirm whether Steeldive regulates these movements before assembly, the results certainly suggest they may be paying extra attention during the production process. Steeldive also included a matching bronze buckle, which is a nice touch and helps complete the overall aesthetic. The supplied rubber strap is perfectly serviceable and comfortable enough for daily wear, but there are definitely higher quality aftermarket options available. One improvement I'd love to see is the use of hex screws instead of flathead screws for the lug system. Flathead screws can be frustrating to work with and increase the risk of accidental slips that may scratch the case during strap changes. So, what are my final thoughts? Overall, I think Steeldive has done a commendable job creating an affordable homage to the legendary H2O Calmar, while adding the visual uniqueness of a Mokume Gane case. The exotic materials, thick sapphire crystal, impressive specifications, and strong lume performance make for a compelling package. That said, the bezel alignment issue and overly light bezel action prevent this watch from reaching its full potential. At this price point, especially for a premium Mokume Gane model, I'd like to see those quality control concerns fully addressed. Even so, this remains one of the most visually interesting Steeldive watches I've reviewed, and the constantly evolving patina ensures that ownership will be a unique experience for every collector. A special thank you to Steeldive and Tenber Cheng for providing this watch for review. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Time to Watch for more deep dives into the world of high-performance dive watches.